Chapter 3, Plant Kingdom. In the previous chapter, we looked at the broad classification of living organisms under the system proposed by Whittaker 1969, wherein, the suggested, wherein he suggested that five kingdom classification: Monera protista, fungi, animalia, and plantae. In this chapter, we will deal in detail with further classification within kingdom Plantae, popularly known as plant kingdom. We must stress here that our understanding of plant kingdom has changed over time. Fungi and members of Monera and Protista having cell walls have now been excluded from Plantae through earlier classification placed them in the same kingdom. So the cyanobacteria that are also referred to as blue-green algae are not algae anymore. In this chapter, we will describe algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, and angiosperm under Plantae. Let us also look at classification within angiosperms to understand some of the concerns that influence the classification system. The earliest system of classification used only gross superficial morphological characteristics such as habitat, color, number, and shape of leaves, etc. They were based mainly on vegetative characters or on the endoecium structure system given by Linnaeus. Such systems were artificial. They separated the closely related species since they were based on a few characteristics. Also, the artificial system gave equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characteristics. This is not acceptable since we know that often the vegetative characters are more easily affected by environment. As against this, natural classification system developed which were based on natural affinities among the organism and considered not only the external features but also internal features like ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology, and phytochemistry. Such a classification of flowering plant was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. At present, phylogenetic classification system based on evolutionary relationship between the various organisms are acceptable. This assumes that organisms belonging to the same taxa have common ancestors. We now use information from many other sources to help resolve difficulties in classification. These become more important when there is no supporting fossil evidence. Numerical taxonomy, which is now easily carried out using computers, is based on all observable characteristics. Number and codes are assigned to all the characters, and the data are then processed. In this way, each character is given equal importance. At the same time, hundred of characters can be considered. Cytotaxonomy, that is based on cytological information like chromosome number, structure, behavior, and chemotaxonomy, that uses the chemical constituent of the plant to resolve confusion, are also used by taxonomists these days.